One afternoon, an American detective named Erin Bell arrived at a murder crime scene. She wasn't in great shape because she drank too often. Two of her colleagues explained that the victim had no ID and was found dead after being shot 3 times with a .38 caliber firearm with a red grip, no serial number, and no fingerprints. The gun was just left lying near the body. Around the victim's body, several bills stained with purple explosive ink were also found. There were no eyewitnesses who saw how the shooting happened. However, Erin's attention immediately went to a tattoo shaped like 3 circles on the back of the victim's neck. That mark instantly changed Erin's mood.
We're waiting on tech. Start bringing everybody down. Look, this is... Lie down.
If I know who did this.
What? Yeah, fuck you.
A few weeks before that incident, Erin had received an envelope containing the same kind of purple money found at the crime scene. Erin immediately stored it in the evidence room. Not long after that, Erin went to meet an FBI agent. At that moment, we see that on the back of Erin's neck, there was a faded tattoo shaped like 3 circles, exactly the same as the tattoo on the victim's neck earlier. Then Erin met an FBI agent named Gil. Erin explained to Gil that the money came from a bank robbery in Palm Springs carried out by a gang 17 years ago.
When now?
I need you to look it up for me, and then I need 16.
Come on.
At that time, Erin and her partner, Chris, were working as intelligence officers. Erin was sure that the gang leader Silas had started moving again and returned to the criminal world. When the serial numbers on the money were checked, the results did match the stolen money belonging to Silas's gang.
Terrible. A lot of those?
I do abide by it. It's good not to.
Erin then went to meet a gun dealer named Taz, who was suspected of being the person who sold the gun used to kill the victim. Erin forced Taz to tell her where he had sold his guns.
Vault parent.
Weapon smells like it comes from...
Because Taz refused, Erin recklessly took his bag full of weapons and threatened not to return it if Taz didn't cooperate.
Everybody I sell to, man.
I'm taking these with me. Yeah.
I have to notice you.
Call.
The story then goes into a flashback. We see Erin and Chris discussing their fake identities, since at that time they were pretending to be a couple for an undercover mission. At the start of that undercover operation, the police got information about Silas's gang from an informant who had a cousin named Toby, one of the gang members. That informant was the one who eventually opened the way for Erin and Chris to get into Silas's gang party. At that party, they met Silas face to face for the first time. Erin then went to see Toby, who at that time was seriously ill and living with his mother. Sometime earlier, Toby had been in prison, but the police were forced to release him because his health condition kept getting worse. Erin asked about Silas's whereabouts, but Toby claimed he didn't know anything. Toby could only give one piece of information: the location of a gang member named Arturo, who was now running free legal services for immigrants. The practice was being done quietly in a church.
I even know he's back.
Already started.
I'm a fucking dead man.
Come on, chose to rob banks.
Let me go. Now this is what it costs.
On the way home, Erin's mind drifted back to one of the dark incidents that happened while she was still undercover. At that time, Erin was hanging out with Silas's gang when Silas forced Arturo to play Russian roulette with a small firearm loaded with 3 bullets. That moment has haunted Erin ever since.
It's his decision.
Man, you really have to stop.
That night, while Erin was sitting at a bar, Erin got news from her close friend, Ethan, that his only child, Shelby, hadn't come home for several days. When Erin finally found Shelby, she was shocked to see her alone with her boyfriend, Jay, who was much older. Erin immediately got angry because Shelby was still underage. Erin confronted them and even slapped Jay, but Shelby still refused to go home. And the bar owner didn't care, even though Erin showed her police badge, because Erin looked extremely drunk. The next day, Erin went to see Ethan and told him that Shelby had stayed over at Jay's place. Erin also briefly talked about the death case from the day before.
So who's dead?
John Doe. It's complicated.
It's always good to...
After that, Aaron met Shelby at a coffee shop and asked her to move back in with Ethan and continue school. Shelby still didn't care and was still holding a grudge against her mother because of a fatal mistake Aaron had made in the past. Jay even joined in and insulted Aaron.
But maybe you should go. That's somebody else's fault.
Conversation with my daughter.
After that, Aaron went to the church where Arturo was running his practice. As soon as he saw Aaron, Arturo immediately ran away because he was afraid of getting arrested. Aaron managed to catch up to him and explained that she was only trying to find Silas's whereabouts. Arturo admitted he didn't know and suggested that Aaron go see a lawyer named DeFranco, who was still frequently met by Petra, Silas's girlfriend, to handle money laundering.
Sure.
Does it add up?
What do you think?
Aaron then went to DeFranco's luxurious house. Aaron said that she knew DeFranco had been laundering money for Silas and his gang all this time, and that Silas had likely started moving their operation again because the money from the Palm Springs robbery 17 years ago was almost gone. DeFranco responded by bringing up Aaron's failure in the past when she wasn't able to stop that robbery. Losing Chris and the guilt were what made Aaron sink into alcohol until her life fell apart, and even Shelby didn't want to live with her anymore. Hearing that, Aaron asked where DeFranco was going to deliver the next batch of money to Petra. When DeFranco refused to answer, Aaron immediately attacked him. However, DeFranco's bodyguard quickly struck Aaron, took her gun, and dragged her into the bathroom.
Fast?
Aaron managed to fight back, grab her gun, and beat DeFranco repeatedly before pointing it at him.
Dad probably hasn't hidden things, isn't he?
In the end, DeFranco admitted that Silas's money was indeed almost gone, and he told her the location of the next transaction. Aaron planned to follow DeFranco's men from a distance when they met Petra, and she threatened to report DeFranco to the FBI if he deliberately messed up the transaction. The next day, Aaron went to the hospital to visit Shelby, who was being treated because her arm was broken. The incident happened when Shelby was with Jay at a bar and they got into a fight. Shelby couldn't even remember where the bar was. Seeing her child in that condition, Aaron's emotions rose even more. Even so, Shelby still wanted to stay with Jay. Based on DeFranco's information, Aaron then kept an eye on his men from a distance as they handed the money over to Petra. After the transaction was done, Aaron followed Petra's car to a boarding house that Petra visited with her friend. Aaron didn't go in right away. She waited outside all night. While sitting in the car, her mind went back to the past, when Aaron and Chris started falling in love while they were still undercover. The next morning, as soon as Petra came out, Aaron followed her again. The trip ended near a building. That's where Aaron realized Petra was about to carry out a bank robbery with 5 masked people. One of them looked very much like Silas based on his haircut. Without wasting time, Aaron immediately reported it to the police team and asked them to move in without turning on the siren so the arrest could go smoothly. After that, Aaron took a rifle from her car trunk and entered the building with 2 officers. The situation quickly turned chaotic. 3 robbers were taken down while 3 others escaped, including Petra, who ran away and pretended to be standing in line at an ice cream shop. Not long after, Aaron showed up and attacked Petra until her teeth were broken, then dragged her to the back door and put her into the trunk. Aaron did it quietly because she didn't want the other officers to know that her real goal was to find Silas. Aaron took Petra far away to Silas's gang headquarters. Petra was handcuffed and left there, while Aaron ignored all calls from her fellow officers. Aaron explained to Petra that she was looking for Silas because the gang had started robbing again, and there would be more victims if she didn't stop them. Not long after that, Petra's phone rang. Silas was calling and said he would inform her of the location of the next robbery. Aaron immediately took the phone and left Petra alone.
Can you get the cops here?
After that, Aaron remembered a conversation she had in the past with Chris. At that time, Erin had been tempted to take part of the robbery money instead of arresting Silas and his group, even though they already had a lot of strong evidence. And in the end, Erin actually took some of the money and hid it in a secret warehouse. That guilt has kept haunting her until now. Wanting to make up for her mistake, Erin asked Ethan to take all the money in the warehouse, about $500,000. Erin hoped Ethan could move to a better place and raise Shelby more comfortably. But Ethan refused because he felt it wasn't right to accept that money.
With you.
I gotta go.
The story then goes back to the past, when Erin had just found out that she was pregnant with Chris's child. Then, when Erin returned to that secret warehouse, she was shocked to see the bags of robbery money from 17 years ago. Almost all of the money was damaged by purple ink stains, and only about $11,400 was still intact. Erin then gave the remaining money to Jay, with one condition. Jay had to leave Shelby and never contact her again, not even a little. Jay immediately agreed to the condition without thinking twice. Clearly, Erin did all of this to make sure Shelby went back to Ethan's house and continued her schooling.
Easy, because I don't care what. Contact her again, not even.
No, I shouldn't. No, she is now.
On the way home, Erin's thoughts went back to the past, to the robbery she carried out with Chris and Silas's gang. At that time, they used 2 cars. Erin was assigned as the driver, and the plan was that after the robbery was over, Erin and Chris would arrest Silas and his gang. But everything fell apart because one bag that Silas carried turned out to contain a trap package from the bank staff. The bag was filled with purple explosive ink that went off and ruined all the money inside, making it unusable. Furious, Silas immediately went back into the bank and shot the employee he believed was responsible. And in the middle of that chaos, Chris was shot dead by Silas while trying to arrest him. Silas then escaped with Petra and Arturo, taking several other bags of money that were still safe. Meanwhile, in the other car, Toby kept pointing a gun at Erin.
Are you fucking cop? Don't tell me you fucking cop. Fucking turn this one.
Erin finally crashed the car as hard as she could, seriously injuring Toby. Chris's death hit Erin hard. Her undercover mission as an intelligence officer ended immediately. After that incident, Erin hid the bag of money she found in her secret warehouse and reported to the police that the mission had failed. After 17 years had passed, Erin finally told Shelby the whole truth. Erin admitted that Shelby's biological father was Chris, and that Chris died because Erin wasn't able to save him in time. Erin also apologized for all her harsh behavior when Shelby was still a child. Erin said that Shelby could definitely become a much better person than she ever was. Before leaving, Erin said that she loved Shelby very much. The moment was deeply touching, to the point that Shelby could only stay silent with a sad look as she watched her mother. Inside the car, Erin read a message from Silas that came in on Petra's phone, a message containing the location of their meeting. Erin immediately headed there. But when Erin arrived, Silas had already suspected from the start that Erin would come. It turned out Silas was also the one who had sent the envelope filled with purple money to the police station as a way to lure Erin. Without hesitation, Erin shot Silas repeatedly until he was dead, taking revenge for Chris's death. It turned out that the unidentified body found at the beginning of the film was actually Silas, and all of this had been Erin's plan ever since she received the envelope of purple money from Silas. The weapon she used was also the firearm Erin had taken from Taz.
Lie down.
What about if I know who?
After that, Erin returned to her car, and her colleague came over to her. Erin handed over an envelope containing Petra's address and the key to the secret warehouse where Erin had stored the bags of purple money. Erin asked her colleague to use those to uncover the case of Silas's death. After her colleague left, Erin's badly bruised stomach was visible. From the beginning, Erin had never treated her injuries after being attacked by DeFranco's men and during her fight with Petra. Her body grew weaker and weaker until Erin finally died inside her car. But before taking her final breath, Erin's memories returned to the most important moments of her life, Chris and Shelby. With those memories, Erin finally came to the end of her life.